Hi, Karim. Thanks for taking the time out for an interview with us today.
Thanks, Johnny, and thanks for having me.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about Claim. How did you start this company? Where did you get the ideas from?
Look, the idea really come from identifying a problem. My partner used to be in the medical field, helping healthcare providers hassle with their medical claims and insurance companies. And when I saw that, I just put my finance hat and realized basically we can help, you know, unlock liquidity from these healthcare providers by buying their medical claims. So that's how it all started.
Right. And I mean, you've only been going really for 9 months or so, as a company at least. And of course, you had the idea before. And you've been going for about 9 months. You participated in the Techstars program. How has that helped you on your journey?
Look, when we started the Techstars program, we were not even incorporated. We were the last one to receive Techstars money.
Right.
I remember the status was red out of all the companies because we were the last one. And by the end of the program, 3 months after, we were the first one to have completed our seed round. So we truly got accelerated during this space. Techstars is a great program, give us like the stamp and the credibility that help us, get to where we are today.
And what are the key challenges you've seen as a startup?
I mean, in our space, the insurance space has certain regulatory issues that we need to overcome. And also on the finance space as well, there has some regulatory issues that we need to overcome. So being in between finance and insurance and healthcare, three heavily regulated industries, make it quite challenging to basically be able to bridge the gap.
Mm-hmm. And one of the topics that we discussed yesterday at the panel discussion at CMIF Middle East was the access to venture capital at the different stages in a startup's life cycle. What's your view on the access to funding in the region?
It is usually difficult to get venture capital for equity financing. We were extremely lucky because we managed to raise, oversubscribed twice the rounds. And I think people see something innovative in what we do, and that's why we are lucky. But when you look, for instance, at the debt side, the venture debt side, it's challenging. Our business is limited by the size of our balance sheet. So this is where we are focusing right now. We're also working very closely with potential banks to be able to have that balance sheet and help us grow.
And in terms of the investor base, are you primarily looking for funding locally, regionally, or are you at some point going to look at international investors as well?
Usually at this stage, we, startups, and also it was our case, we tend to have funding locally. And for early stage companies, pre-seed, seed, Series A, usually funding is available. It becomes a bit more tricky when you reach Series B, Series C, right, because the investors are diminishing and you need to start seeking international investors. And to seek international investors, you need to have international plans. So I think this is where the challenge is. When you reach the Series B, C, you need to be able to have this. And you can see recently, for instance, Uniphonic raised $125 million. They got funding from SoftBank. So it's an example of an international fund investing in local champions. But with the clear idea that there is an international expansion behind it.